So as I became with more friends on the internet, and Rami, maybe you can relate with people you met from out of state, and they found out I was from Minnesota, they typically started asking me about sweaters and staying home in the snow. The reality about Minnesota is that it's actually pretty hip and up to date. I feel like a lot of us maybe grow up with this kind of disdain or kind of dislike for the place where we've grown up. I mean, did you have the same sense of not really loving Minnesota and kind of thinking it was like the same mediocre state that the rest of the country kind of gave you the impression it was?
I don't know if I'd be willing to say mediocre, but boring.
Yeah, I mean,
how I would have seen it.
I feel like I was kind of told to think that it was boring, and I'm really kind of curious whether those of you who live outside of Minnesota in another state, especially those, like, the ones that people don't think of when they think of the United States off the top of their head, you know, not California or New York or Florida or things like that. Or, I mean, Florida's boring. But I don't know what that is kind of what I actually want to talk about now that I'm thinking about it. Where you kind of feel this need to turn your back on the place where you were raised as, like, an early teenager and stuff like that. Is that kind of a necessary part of the process of kind of pushing yourself away from your comfort zone a little bit and encouraging you to expand your horizons a bit? Is it just ignorance? Is it even common? Is it just something that I've seen because Minnesota, you know, isn't really well known for much, and people keep hearing about these places that are supposedly bigger and better, you know, kind of grass is greener on the other side sort of thing?
When you're young, there definitely is a greater pull towards the novel and the adventurous. Mm-hmm. And staying in one place every day is not novel or adventurous.
I think it can be, though, but I think the problem is that when you're young, you're kind of told that having an adventure or, you know, something momentous happen in your life means going somewhere new and doing something unheard of and having, you know, this massive life-changing experience. And kind of in the vein of what my friend Amelia was talking about in her Vita video, I'm going to post it right between our heads over here. I think there's a lot more to those little moments, and I think even in a city that's smaller than Minneapolis and doesn't have as much going for it, you know, not as much kind of culture and life and vibrance to it. Not saying that Minneapolis is, you know, like this big star in the sky or anything like that. But I think there's a lot that you can make of just about anywhere. And I think your scope, like, and I think your kind of field of vision is really limited when you're young. Because all you've heard of, because so much of what you've heard of is the bigger and the better. And the stuff that exists on the very far extreme of adventures, you know? So that is all we're gonna have to say for this video, because really I don't want to edit all this shit. Videos, you know, I'm gonna have an end screen with my past video and the one for tomorrow when it's uploaded, and all my friends and other people I like who are doing Vita. And that's it. I'll see you guys tomorrow.